Santorini and Patriotism. Santorini is the one place on our journey that had nothing to do with the Apostle Paul or New Testament history. It is simply a beautiful place our tour host wanted us to see. I do not have a lot of footage of Santorini because there were so many people one could barely maneuver around, let alone take tons of pictures. The video here in just a moment will actually start with us overlooking the ocean on our way to the island. Santorini is one of the most beautiful places in the world, and so popular that to visit it is to swim through a sea of people. But it wasn't always like that. Until the 1970s, it was a sleepy little place with few visitors. But all of that changed when the island hired an advertising firm to show the world what it was missing out on. Some of the first people to take notice were from Hollywood, and they helped make Santorini a very fashionable destination. Santorini was already a stunningly gorgeous place, but it was many people's love for the place that made it world class. And all of this got me thinking about something G.K. Chesterton once said about how places become great and why some never do. Granted, not every spot on earth has all that Santorini has going for it, but every place has more than enough potential. But it takes one crucial ingredient: love. In chapter 5 of his book, Orthodoxy, Chesterton talks about patriotism, or a love for one's home. I have paraphrased Chesterton and changed two of his locations from early 20th century England to 21st century Tennessee. I'd like to read a little bit about what he said. He says, "Let us suppose we are confronted with a desperate thing. Say the housing projects on the wrong side of town. We'll call it Slumtown. If we think what is really best for Slumtown, we shall find the thread of thought leads to the throne of the mystic and the arbitrary. It is not enough for a man to disapprove of Slumtown. In that case, he will merely hate living there or move to Collierville. Nor certainly is it enough for a man to turn a blind eye to the problems of Slumtown. For then it will remain Slumtown, which would be awful. The only way out of it seems to be for somebody to love Slumtown, to love it with a transcendental tie without any earthly reason. If there arose a man who loved Slumtown, then Slumtown would rise into ivory towers and golden pinnacles. If people loved Slumtown as mothers love children, arbitrarily, because it is theirs, Slumtown in a year or two might be fairer than Florence or Nashville. Some readers will say that this is mere fantasy. I answer, this is actual history, the actual history of mankind. This, as a fact, is how cities did grow great. Go back to the darkest roots of civilization, and you will find them knotted with round some sacred stone or encircling some sacred well. People first paid honor to a spot and afterwards gained glory for it. Men did not love Rome because she was great. She was great because they had loved her. The prophet Jeremiah, writing to the exiles living in Babylon, has something similar to say. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I have sent into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon: build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat their produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there and do not decrease. But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf. For in its welfare you shall find your welfare. Friends, as Christians, we are called to love our homeland, to love our places of birth, to love the places where we reside and work and play and construct a life. And as we love these places, truly love them, these places have the potential to become extraordinary places. Every extraordinary place you have ever visited was extraordinary in part because somebody loved it. And every place that you've ever visited and felt a sense of deep regret or disappointment for the people living there, it was that way in part because the people failed to love it well.